only Channel 2 by the way, was in Buckhead Monday night as police arrested the rapper Young Thug, whose real name is Jeffrey Williams. We showed you this exclusive video on WSB Tonight at...
You guys are flying. You're going over 100 miles an hour down the metro.
Can I please get a warning? Please. But if I was a cop and the person told me, I'll be like, I might have slapped him like, I want to give you.
I don't want to slap
so f***ing bad. But you told me that your license, you just got your license back. I ain't gonna get your license.
I've seen one too many bodies.
I promise I won't do it again.
I've seen one too many bodies, man. You know how many of those homies?
Young Thug has just violated his probation agreement that he made in the YSL RICO trial. From crashing out on IG Live, Twitter, and even dropping a snippet diss track towards Gunna, it resulted in the news writing, the state of Georgia has filed a motion to revoke Young Thug's probation and send him back to jail. This is because the moment that Gunna announced his album titled The Last One, Young Thug first crashed out on IG Live.
I ain't even talk about these fake guys and fake houses with these pools you can get put out of in the next 2-3 years and all that cheese. We ain't even gonna talk about none of that. Like that is the topic of, I guess. Yeah, your spot out right now. You gonna put it on Instagram? I bet you put it on Instagram. Yeah, your house out. On God, you blocked from your page. I'm on your from my fake page. Can't about to black me. I still said you post a picture. That ain't me on that picture. Lane green. The whole world been thinking that too, man. I'm gonna say something about that, man. That ain't me with that skirt on with that hat. Man say he got more hits than me and Kendrick. Bro, your ain't got more hits than Kendrick, and you ain't damn sure ain't got more hits or anthems than me. You hard. Why you tripping? And I ride past your house for sale sign up. Now you done went and took your whole money and put down on that goddamn house out there, man, and you couldn't finish paying it off. Now the lady that came took her shit back. Now your stupid gotta sell it.
But once the album was fully released, Young Thug would then reply on Twitter, "Nobody wanna hear that stuff." This rubbed Gunna the wrong way. He would post on his IG story before deleting, "Just be quiet, bro. I don't mess with you no more. You unfollowed me because you ain't on the album." As the name The Last One is because this is Gunna's last album to finish out his contract with YSL, Young Thug's label. This even resulted in Young Thug sharing a snippet in a club party that he was at where he disses Gunna straight up.
Young Thug ain't even doing subliminals. He's just straight up naming. Hear this. He said, "Yeah, Gotti, he tricked me for some years. I ain't know that was telling." And then he says, "The only reason I with you, Gunna, it was because of Troop." Now, Troop is like some other Atlanta. And supposedly that's how the story of how he kind of meets Gunna. But Young Thug is flat out saying it. I don't rock with these rats. That's what he's saying. He believed they're cooperants, okay? Now, you know, there's a tasteful way to do it in music, and there's a I don't give a let's crash out drill music type of way where you just say their names and call them rats.
This is completely against his probation agreement, raising the question of why is Young Thug so angry, as academics would then explain the hidden details, which is important to hear.
Gunna's plan, I'm telling you this is a fact. He always thought Thug would be free. But he thought that once Thug got his freedom and didn't get all those years, granted, I think he got let out maybe a year and a half before Thug. He thought Thug would forgive him. Thug would be like, "All right, bro, yeah, you right. Like, what they caught you up on wasn't really, it's all good. You're my mans. You're still..." Thug is not letting it go. So Gunna at that point realizes, not only is Thug free, there's no place for me on YSL anymore. And there's no love, and there's no more returning to that friendship. Gunna always wanted to get back together. Thug never wanted to. And now, Gunna has accepted that. What happened is that Gunna had a YSL tattoo. He's now covered it up. You see some flames. This is the new fit Gunna. He's covered up YSL, the snake, and also the word YSL.
With the back and forth between Young Thug and Gunna, it resulted in thousands of fans spamming Young Thug, "Just forgive Gunna for what he did. Stop dissing him because you're gonna go back to jail." This made him laugh in the studio later on that night, showing that he's just fine, and whatever issues come his way, he's ready for.
P, that's some pounds, P.
I'm gonna show me away, P.
You go pound,
Go pound, go make bag.
in that bag.
I'll take.
Go ahead.
But this was a big mistake for Young Thug, and allow me to explain. The Atlanta DA already submit their paperwork to revoke his probation agreement when Young Thug dropped his song titled Money on Money, because right after he released that song, he then dissed a woman police officer, the exact same one Gunna made his plea deal with.
What Young Thug did to have and this is how you know this 4 p.m. is real. Young Thug posted the woman. This is Marissa Vivierdo. He said, biggest liar in the DA office. He posted her, okay? And then he also reposted, all my homies hate Vivierdo. Now, this is someone who is a officer of the law. This is someone who is a government official. When you do that and you're under probation, the government is gonna be like, oh, are you sending a smoke signal that people should hurt this woman? That's why they're doing a motion to revoke his shit. Why did he do this? Because she's testifying in the OMF case, and she's basically saying, yo, OMF and 4PF, Lil Baby and them, they're beefing and is dying, and indictment's finna come down.
Due to this, the news wrote, the state of Georgia has filed a motion to revoke Young Thug's probation and send him back to jail, as they will use the new lyrics, diss songs, IG lives, all the tweets against Young Thug. In Young Thug's song Money on Money, he even rapped the lyrics, these guys telling for nothing, and I gotta be the one calling them friends, where Young Thug would double down on this line in his first public interview since being released from jail.
I just like to help people, you know.
One of those artists was Gunna. You guys did a ton of songs together.
Yeah.
Very successful on your label.
Yeah.
He was arrested about the same time as you. I think a lot of people wonder what that relationship is like now.
Yeah, I know everybody wondering that.
What's it like?
I don't know.
As shortly after the interview went live, the news wrote, Young Thug's legal troubles continue to bother him. The Atlanta police target him well after being released from jail. As the day after Young Thug did that interview, he was pulled over by Atlanta police, with the body cam footage going viral online.
You guys are flying. You're going over 100 miles an hour down the metro.
Can I please get a warning? Please. But if I was a cop and a person told me, I'll be like, I might have slapped him like, I want to give you.
I don't want to slap
so f***ing bad. But you told me that your license,
Here's
you
my
just
thing,
got
man.
your license back. I ain't gonna
I've
get your
seen
license.
one too many bodies.
I promise I won't do it again.
I've seen one too many bodies, man. You know how many of those homies?
This made Young Thug extremely angry. Later on that night, he would tweet, if you're a rapper and you rat, you just gotta go gospel. This went viral because of one person's reply that tweeted back to Young Thug saying, you are literally not even legally allowed to rap about gangster stuff anymore, bro. You go do gospel. This gathered 100,000 likes, but also 3 million views, which sadly got the attention of the police with how viral it went, which resulted in news of Academic speaks on Young Thug getting released and says the stipulations are a setup for the court to put Young Thug back into jail, explaining how it's all a setup for Thug to eventually fail his very strict probation agreement, then not even be able to defend himself in court because he'll go back to jail.
I know some of his fans think he beat the case. He definitely didn't beat the case. Beat the case means you got no stipulations. The Young Thug thing is a win, but it's also a huge setup. If you gonna tell me that they're gonna monitor him on a probationary basis for 15 years, can't be in Atlanta, can't communicate with co-defendants or members, he can't rap about, he can't promote any music that has to do with what they believe is activity. Well, he's always gonna talk about him and his is doing his thing. They might consider that activity. He might be like, yo, me is like, yo, we going to the park getting lit. We going to the club getting lit. They might be like, oh no, you talking about the game. So, we celebrating right now because I think we could all see, if you follow that trial at all, whether you're a fan of Thug or not, you can see the pain, you can see was going through it. Like, he gained a lot of weight. Everybody know Thug was not that weight, so we happy he got out, but we definitely got to be very cognizant of how it's going to play out.
But this is where everything would change. The real reason why Young Thug has been strict on dissing Gunna daily would be revealed. A report shared, Black 100 says he has 2 hours of footage of Gunna telling on Young Thug in an interrogation room, making many believe the feds are getting ready for another YSL case, but there's also other evidence Gunna may have shared with police.
Hey Gunna, listen, I'm putting it together. I'm gonna give you some time. I don't know, 24 hours, 12 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, 1 hour. I don't know. I'm gonna give you some time though, Gunna, for you to go ahead on and confess to the world about all the telling you did. You know that interrogation? Yeah. Guess who got it? 2 hours? Boy, you was in there talking more than Hurricane Katrina. The only thing he did wrong was let him record him. You know what I'm talking about.
As Charleston White would then later confirm the new snitching evidence, saying that after reading the court files, he admires Gunna for snitching to get out of the case.
Gunna is out of prison. I never thought I would be happy to say y'all, Gunna is out of prison. Now, I'm glad he got out by telling. I think that was smart, Gunna. I'm a Gunna fan now. I'm gonna tell.
Thousands of Young Thug fans would then start going at Charleston White, saying that he's wrong, Gunna ratted, which led into Charleston replying again, saying he would have done the exact same thing.
I wouldn't say what Gunna did was a snitch, because Gunna's not a he made a confession.
But with all of this going viral online, fans would begin investigating through the Atlanta court files, and they were able to find the new file that the feds are putting together against Young Thug to revoke his probation. You tell me if this is enough to revoke Young Thug's probation and give him 20 years in prison. They wrote that 1 week into Jeffrey Williams, aka Young Thug, being free, he tweeted, "Wham, let's drop one on these rats," with the name Wham referring to rapper Lil Baby, who's been firm on dissing Gunna for snitching out of the YSL trial early, as Lil Baby responded to Young Thug saying, "We should." The next day, Thug tweeted, "Gunna, stop acting like we're friends on the internet. I don't know you," trying to get a back and forth going between him and Gunna. This did get the attention of Gunna and his brother, but only Gunna's brother would reply for now. He said in quote, "Trust and believe the feeling is mutual." Later on that night, Young Thug linked up with T.I., posting an Instagram story where Thug clearly says that he is home and did it the right way out, sneak dissing Gunna.
Hey man, what you got to tell these people? Back. Back, Jack. You feel me? You did. Hey man, ain't no cap in it. No cap in my right. You feel what I'm saying? The right way. It's time. The right way, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Right way. Yeah, that way. Yeah. And go tell that.
Making sure Gunna knows that he did it the right way out of jail. Even T.I. took his side as well. Interestingly enough, the police noted at this moment, fans would begin spamming Jeffrey Williams, aka Young Thug, to stop his trolling and dissing towards Gunna, as it legally will not end well for him. Making note that there was a warning there, but the trolling didn't stop. They would write that academics got information that Young Thug was making several calls with rappers using a jail phone, where Thug told rappers to avoid Gunna at all costs. No music, no business, just pretend like he doesn't even exist.
The streets are so atrocious. Young Thug told everybody that Gunna was a snitch. I'm telling you this, I don't give a if you believe me. That's what he sent to. Or he sent a message to Dirk, Baby. There's a few other rappers, I just won't call their names, just because some of them just told me in privacy. All of them rappers start not with Gunna, speaking out, they're chilling away. Thug got out, Gunna kinda hot. Ain't like you're trying to really like jump and work with Gunna, but
here's where things get weird. Why would academics talk about this 1 year after Young Thug is released from jail? Police believe that Young Thug wanted that information out to the public, but he legally cannot say it himself. So with this going viral online, Gunna would finally respond, but he did so throughout his lawyer. It was written, "I was Gunna's attorney, but I am not speaking on his behalf. This long post is solely to set out the truth that Gunna did not cooperate. He did nothing and said nothing to affect Young Thug's case."
And you have personal knowledge that members or associates of YSL have committed crimes in person.
Yes, ma'am.
You were present along with Jeffrey Williams, wherein hydrant and a firearm were recovered. These items did not belong to you.
Yes, ma'am.
He spent 8 months in jail and was released on December 2022 after entering an Alford plea. Gunna's plea deal could not and was not used against Thug at his trial. He wasn't even named as a witness. He received a 5-year suspended sentence with no reporting, no travel restrictions, no living restrictions, and no probation. Over the last 2 years, from media reports, Gunna has performed all around the world. He achieved international fame and recognition and earned millions of dollars. years. Conversely, Thug went to trial. He eventually pled guilty in Nolo after spending 30 months in jail and received 15 years probation. Those that have and continue to badmouth Gunna just get over it, enough said. Which is interestingly enough when Tekashi 6ix9ine would come out for the first time within a year, reacting to this message from Gunna's lawyer saying Gunna did snitch.
He just implicated YSL being so now home, right? All the people who's locked up, like Jeffrey, like Young Thug, now he can't go with that defense. He can't go with the defense of saying I'm a record label.
Making it very obvious that Gunna wants the snitching label to just get off of his name. But this is then when the world stood still. One tweet would go viral reading, "Once you'll learn the effects of Gunna snitching in that YSL trial, then you will realize why Young Thug and Lil Baby will never be cool with him again." Where on the exact same day, the same police department that had the YSL RICO trial made the plea deal with Gunna and even arrested Young Thug would write, "The head of Georgia's PD Council's team unit says that his office is preparing to defend against a potential 4PF RICO," with the official paperwork name-dropping Lil Baby. When Lil Baby was name-dropped in court, it was written, "Investigator Vivierdo is on the stand. We are listening to wiretap calls. Someone mentioned that Lil Baby had tickets on some people's heads," meaning that Lil Baby placed money to have people dealt with, similar to Lil Durk's M for Hire. It's important to note, this investigator Vivierdo is the same woman that Young Thug dissed earlier in the video and that Gunna made his plea deal with.
Like, come on, bro, you know what's finna go on. Like, how the hell you can, you know what I'm saying?
They ain't even like that, man. Them got tickets on a lot of these folks, I'm telling you.
We just heard somebody say these folks got tickets on these people. We know what's going on. First of all, who was that said that about the tickets?
Unk, the unidentified male that was being referred to as Unk.
And he's speaking with Mr. Sanders.
Correct.
And what, in your experience, do you know what tickets are?
A price on somebody's head.
What do you mean by what do you mean on somebody's head? What is that?
Like a bounty.
Okay. To have them arrested?
Or
and who were they referring to in that portion of the call?
They were saying that they had heard that Dominique Jones had tickets on a lot of people's heads.
Dominique Jones had wanted to have people harmed.
Correct.
All right, moving on.
This would get the attention of Snoop Dogg, who would tweet, "First Young Thug, now Lil Baby being played by that Atlanta DA. Y'all Atlanta rappers, be careful," as the news would then reveal a very important update reading, "Lil Baby has been taken into county jail for questioning on the passing of Jacody Davis and Lamont Freeman. Police question why he closed 4PF after the crime took place."
Atlanta police are blaming a local rapper's music video for the deaths of two 10-year-olds, and a $50,000 reward is being offered for more information. So far, 7 people have already been arrested.
Between the bullets, it was nothing but bullets, pop, 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 pop.
At least 25 shots fired.
Yeah, it was terrible. It was just a concert. I was waiting for Lil Baby to come buy my tacos up.
As it was then announced, Lil Baby reveals that he ended his record label 4PF to avoid it being labeled as a street team while being investigated for a crime.
First 4 pockets full had to come to an end. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. When you say of course, I mean, why you say of course?
Because all shit that be going on, and I had to start learning that, like, other people's actions I could be held accountable for.
Right.
I ain't know all that at first. You know what I'm saying? I never would have went that route, but I ain't know. You know what I'm saying? Now that I know, I'd be a fool to just keep the same thing going. They trying to make something out of something that it ain't. Right. Like, if I got any kind of control of, hey, we're gonna switch that whole thing up. It ain't even just about the police, it's just period. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never was supposed to make my label something that I talk about.
As we would see DJ Academics reveal everything about Lil Baby's involvement in Atlanta crimes, as what it looks like is he's about to be tied into a 4PF RICO case, just like Young Thug was.
I'm gonna tell you some things that you're gonna have to take my word or don't believe it. It's fine. I don't care either or. When Fonnie Willis started targeting YSL, Fonnie Willis had a bunch of people to target. She wanted Thug, she got YFN. So she got YSL, YFN. Eventually, they were gonna get to 4PF. That's one of the reasons they changed their names, by the way. Except, from what I heard, the feds told them, it's okay, we got it. So the feds told him, like, it's okay if you dismiss the charge. So they didn't go that hard with trying to get Dirk, especially after Vaughn died. They dropped that case. They dropped it, but the feds has realized we gonna get Dirk eventually. You doing the math? You see why Lil Baby is moving the way he been? Because Lil Baby hasn't been on Fed watch. He's been on county state watch.
Which resulted in a viral tweet reading, "The Atlanta DA was not successful getting Young Thug. Watch, she will now get Lil Baby and use him as an example for the rest of these rappers supplying their teams with fame, money, and items for street crime." Leave a comment if you believe Young Thug broke his probation violation, and leave a like on the video if you're a fan of him.